dun dun. Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. We gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. Because you know what? They don't give a, cause it's your. You ever felt like that before? Like, you know, your day comes around and, you know, I said a little bit about it last week. Your day comes around and then, you know, like, you know, some of the people that you know, and I'm talking specifically because this one is specifically directed to, you know, the women who I have had good, meaningful relationships that probably go a little deeper than relationships, if you get what I mean. So, and you know how like over the years, you know, you still continue to establish like good friendships with them, or so you thought. And your birthday comes around, you know, it's that one day a year, because I get it, Christmas, everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas. Everybody doesn't do this. They got their own kids and everything like that. But it's the one day that comes around, and especially since, you know, it happens to be Cinco de Mayo, when it comes around, you say to yourself, hey, listen, hey, everybody's in a festive mood. You know what? I don't still deal with Gregory anymore, but let me send him $25 for a margarita, or let me just cook him a quick dinner and then send it over to him. Or, hey, look, maybe I don't feel like cooking or buy him a drink. Let me DoorDash him something. You know, just anything nice. Anything sweet. Anything small. Something simple. Because even when I think back to it, and you know, this is why people, like, I know sometimes get mad about people saying it's a tit for tat thing, but everybody's birthday. Now, I know, like me, most guys, we don't make a big deal out of, you know, our birthdays. We say, you know, it's coming in. Like, for instance, my birthday this year, Cinco de Mayo, was on a Monday. So let's talk about the good parts to it first. You know, my favorite girls, my little lamb chops, you know, through their mom, they sent me a balloon and some flowers. You know, you'll see it in the thumbnail, right? But so I was like, okay, well, flowers, you know, it's never really not been my thing. But hey, because it's from them, beautiful. Nice little card. Hey, daddy, happy birthday. You know, we love you. Great. Shout out to 1-800-Flowers and their mom for sending it. Then my other two favorite girls, my mom, my grandma, I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Grandma. My mom and my aunt, you know, sent me a couple of dollars and said, hey, listen, you know, you go and do your thing. And I got another little gift from my aunt. So then I started thinking back to, you know, all of the people, because I talked about this also too before when I had gotten to a bad car accident last year, and how there was basically a disappearing act from people that I had known. And the thing is that, you know, because you don't always have to be romantically involved currently to still be just a good person, period. It doesn't need to coincide. We don't need to have just been dealing with each other 2 months before my birthday or anything like that. But it's about having a memory, having a thought that counts. So even me going back in my memory, like I said, not being tit for tat, but I thought about like how many great gifts I've given out to women over the years. A lot of great gifts, right? And so I'm like, when my time came around, and I remember I've even broken up relationships with people because of lackluster gift giving. I know some people may say, well, you know, man, you're a guy. You should such. No. I'm a guy, but I'm still a human. So, of course, we don't expect women to spend as much on gifts as we may spend on gifts. But I'll give you another story. I remember one time I was dating somebody years ago when I was in my 20s. So she would come over, you know, and visit me at the house a lot, you know, and I would go to her apartment a lot. But the thing I was thinking too, I said I wanted this one thing, and I remember it was Creed cologne. And this was back, when Creed was just really, really, really popping, before a lot of people knew about it. But it was, you know, just one of those smells that was just like, you know, wow. So I said, do me a favor. I'd like you to get me this Creed. I probably spent close to $1,000 on her birthday, which, you know, you got to figure 20 years ago, almost 15 years ago, was a lot more money than it is now. So I said, listen, all I want you to do, I said, we don't even have to go out to eat. You can cook at home. All I want is this bottle of Creed. They sell it up in Neiman Marcus. You can go up and just grab it for me, and I'll be like extra, extra happy. So, the whole time, so she did. She followed up with everything. She said, well, babe, be over at about 8 o'clock, 8:30. We're going to have dinner, because I know sometimes you like, you hang out a little late, but, I want you to come over, So I come walking in, it's little rose petals inside of the apartment. It smells good. The food is good. I eat and everything. And I'm sitting down, I'm thinking to myself, yes, I'm finally going to get this bottle of Creed. So have a great night, chill. We watch some movie or something, like whatever we did. And So, I'm laying down. I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and everything, maybe 2, 3. And I hadn't opened the gift yet. Because, I just wanted to be like real surprised and everything. But in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? If it's not really what I wanted, that I've been asking for like the last year. And I know people will say she made more money than me at the time and she was younger. So I said, all right, well, cool. Maybe, this will be the time I get this cologne. So I said, you know what? It's 2:30 in the morning. She's knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Kid was on point. So I look over, because it's right next to my bed, all wrapped up and everything. And the first thing I saw a paper and it said Macy's. So I'm thinking to myself, I've researched this cologne up and down. I don't remember Macy's selling Creed at the time. I don't even know if they sell it now, but I know they definitely didn't sell it back then. So I'm opening it up. So already I'm like, oh man. So I go and I open it up. I don't remember exactly what kind of cologne it was, but you ready for this? It was the same exact cologne I already had on my dresser that I paid, I think, $79.99 for. The same exact one. And the reason why that story sticks out to me so much is because I felt like for her birthday, which was 6 months prior to mine, I had put in so much effort. I had put in so much thought to it. I had even rented a car with a driver to take her on her birthday. I just put like massive thought into it. And at the time I was maybe 29, 30 years old. So I'm thinking to myself like, yo, this is what you do for somebody that you care about that's going to do the right thing. And so I'm sitting thinking to myself, wow, she had all of this time. She made good money. And this is what she thought of me. This was what I was worth. Something that wasn't even half of what I wanted. And on top of that, was paying no attention to me because I already had it on my counter or on my dresser at home. And it makes you think with people, like sometimes, like, why can't you just see? Why can't you just understand that it is important to treat other people well? That if you treat other people well, the only thing that can happen typically is that they just treat you better. Now, if a person's treating you bad, I get it. But why is it if a person is treating you good, why do you feel like you need to do less? And I'll tell you why they feel like they need to do less. It's because you've undervalued yourself. Like me, no, it's my birthday. It's no big deal. And we stopping that. From 51 going on, no, my birthday is the ish. And it should be celebrated as such. Shout out to all my homies and their wives and other people that I'm close with and family members who shouted me out on my birthday. And that was a lot of love, and I appreciated that. But I'm telling you, sometimes with some of these other people that you've had years of romantic links with, whatever, years, 10, 15, 20 years, they show up like what I said before, like it's their birthday. And so I told that story because that was ultimately one of the things that helped me to see the selfishness in her. And I left in the middle of the night. I wound up leaving. I got up because she was still knocked out. So she calls me the next morning and says, well, Greg, why'd you leave? And I said, I left because I don't even want to get into that. Just tell me what you didn't like your gift. And I said, no, I did not. I said, as a matter of fact, I left it there on the side of the bed just in case you want to get your money back. Because I know how much it costs because I just bought it about a half a year ago. And you should know this because you've been over my house enough times because we've been dating for about 2 years at this point. So you should know. And for you to not take that time, and believe me, I'll tell another story because it's happened to me again and again and again in different situations where it's like, what don't you understand? So you know what? Why the situations wind up breaking off? Because now I got to make you understand. Now I got to help you understand that you ain't getting nothing from me now, or you're getting the very limited from me now. Because if I got to go through some belated birthday blues, then guess what? You are too. Because what I'm finding is that it's not always good to be good to people, because people take that as weakness. They take that as softness. And I thought it was only with the guys. So, I'm a big guy. So I'm like, man, I'm not, and guys show respect. I show respect. So you rarely have to do that. But with a woman will find a way in times to take advantage of you and treat you like you are a sucker, like you are a mark. And going forward, I just want to tell anybody out there, man or woman, and I know women already do it, but don't let anybody take your birthday for granted. Don't diminish your birthday. Don't diminish your light, because the thing is that if that's important to you, then it should be important to them. You get tired of talking to people who just don't want to be accountable for their behavior. And I'm telling you, I don't care right now, because I don't speak on people who are married because that's their thing. But even if you're married, if you're in a long-term situation and you feel like you go all out for your partner or you do stuff for your partner and they give you less than, then you need to give them less than. And you need to start showing them immediately what less than looks like. Because we only got one life, right? Unless you believe in reincarnation, but we only got one life. And, like I've said before, you may not remember the things that people have gotten you over the years, but you remember how they made you feel. And when you got a person in your life that makes you feel good, that makes you feel worthy, that makes you feel accepted, you need to do things to show those same exact things to the other person. But what I'm realizing is that most people are selfish. I used to just think it was some people, selfish a little bit, but what I find is that most people are selfish. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's young ladies when it comes down time to spend money regularly on their man or on a man. Yeah, could just be me. Maybe it's never happened to anybody else on the face of this guy, green earth. But at this point, because it's my belated birthday blues, it doesn't matter to me because it happened to me. And I'm saying that because I don't want it to happen to you. On your birthday, right before your birthday, you stand up. I know some women, oh, my birthday is all month. My birthday is all week. My birthday is all year. Okay, cool for you. Well, check this out. My birthday is all day. May 5th. And so since my birthday is all that day, you show the proper respect on that day. And for all of y'all out there, make sure on your birthday, people that you're romantically dealing with show you the proper respect. Make sure your kids show you the proper respect. Your partner, your wife, whomever, show you the proper respect. Because think about it. It's your birthday. Yeah, it's some other people out there that share your day with you, but it's your birthday. And 9 times out of 10, you're the only one in your circle of people with that day. So you make them know how special it is to you. And for those that made it special for me, I appreciate you. But until next time, you know how we do. Live life. Don't let life live you.